Hello, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us on Nationwide. I am Ogochkuka Ona. The federal government is reinvigorating the National Addressing Council to overcome challenges associated with the addressing system in Nigeria. The decision was taken during a pre-meeting of the council chaired by Vice President Kashim Shettima at the Presidential Villa. State House correspondent Abdurrahman Jibrila reports.
This meeting is setting a stage for a new National Addressing Council, with the technical committee expected to be inaugurated next year to drive the country's agenda on planning, economic and financial inclusion, as well as ensuring an effective national addressing system. Underscoring the need for the immediate standardization of Nigeria's addressing system, Vice President Kashim Shettima described the move as essential for improving service delivery, enhancing urban planning, and driving economic growth. The Vice President decried the consequences of the current disorganized system, noting its impact on governance, logistics, and the financial inclusion of many Nigerians.
And this is more than complicated systematic addressing mapping. It undermines trust in address verification, and the consequences ripple far and wide. Inefficient governance, logistical bottlenecks, delayed emergency responses, and the exclusions of many Nigerians from the financial services.
Presentations were made by the National Identity Management Commission on enhancing the nation's address verification system and building a critical infrastructure for the National Addressing Database project, while the Nigeria Postal Service made a presentation on harmonizing the postcode with the national addressing system, deploying the latest technology, particularly geolocating the physical addresses of Nigerians captured in the project. Leveraging opportunities in the national addressing system will fast-track government's vision of attaining inclusivity and economic prosperity, especially for Nigerians in the rural areas. From the State House, Abdurrahman Jibrila, NTA News.
The Electoral Commission of Ghana has been enjoined to perfect logistics and processes ahead of the main election, which holds this Saturday. Head of ECOWAS observation mission to the Ghana 2024 presidential election and former Vice President of Nigeria, Namadi Sambo, said this while addressing the media in Accra. Kevin Ewonoye reports.
Of the election bid for this Saturday, the Electoral Commission of Ghana conducted a special voting exercise to allow election officials, security personnel, and media practitioners to cast their ballots early. That process, largely described as successful, however, didn't go without pockets of complaints, especially from local observers and civil society organizations. It is those issues the head of the ECOWAS observation mission, Namadi Sambo, wants the electoral body to look into to pave the way for a free and peaceful polls on Saturday.
We have been briefed by the Electoral Commission. We have visited Mr. President, who has assured us in putting everything on ground to ensure that we have a free, fair, and credible election.
By rules, the ballot from the special election will not be counted until after polls closed on the main election day. From Accra, Ghana, Kelvin Ewonoye, NTA News.
The federal government is strengthening partnership with the World Bank to improve procurement processes through capacity building aimed at reforming the approach for easy operation. This was at his stakeholders retreat on the National Procurement Certification Framework in Abuja. Bossede Abel Amosu reports that the initiative is to enhance digital technologies and leveraging on digital economy with focus on establishing benchmarks, standards, and skills required for a potential body of procurement professionals and pioneer a qualifications and training regime to support future development.
To implement is projects and processes and goals. The critical component that needs to be strengthened is the procurement function.
It is a capacity building program with the aim of training professionals in the areas of procurement, environmental standards, and social standards.
Owing to COVID-19 and other challenges, the World Bank gave 2026 extension deadline for the completion of the project. And now the federal government says it is committed to increasing investment in water resource management, while stakeholders are expected to set the pace after a brainstorming session on strategic approach in water resource management as well as food security. Alika Opanachi Arwa reports.
Nigeria's water resources face numerous challenges, including climate change, population growth, and inadequate infrastructure. Minister of Water Resources, Joseph Osef, says there is need for integrated water resource management.
The importance of water cannot be emphasized, as it comes with a lot of benefits, be it in terms of food production, economic enhancement, job creation. It also has sustainability impacts, as we have to, which floods is one of them.
Experts at the workshop highlighted the need to invest in water infrastructure.
UNESCO works to build the scientific knowledge base as well as development strategy to help countries manage their water resource in a sustainable way.
Over the next 4 years, from March 2024 to June 2028, this chair will serve as a beacon of knowledge and innovation.
Participants are of the view that this gathering will go a long way in improving their expertise in line with best practices. In Abuja, Alika Opanachi, Arwa, NTA.
Oyo State Police Command is holding a series of high-profile engagements on security with critical stakeholders to forestall any breakdown of law and order before, during, and after the Christmas and New Year celebrations. Grace Anyaleke tells us more.
As we count down to Christmas and the New Year celebrations, and preparations by individuals and organizations have heightened, the Oyo State Police Command is not relenting in its efforts to ensure that criminally minded individuals do not seize the opportunity to perpetrate crime. Hence, these meetings with key players wielding various forms of influence.
This gathering today is to further sensitize people, synergize with people, hear from them, to tell them what we've been observing of late that we think is constituting security challenges.
As concerns from different quarters might result in some sort of apprehension about the safety of residents and travelers during this Christmas period, the police and other security agencies are ensuring that they have mapped out strategies to have a crime-free Christmas.
So all we need to do is to up our game, step on it, and make sure all that we did that worked for us in the early ember months, we improve on it in the remaining part of the year. Collectively, we should all become security conscious.
The police also call on the people to give credible intelligence that would aid their operations, especially in the wake of the Yuletide season in Ibadan. Grace Ayonleke, NTA News.
And now to health matters, the Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Ali Pate, says the federal government will not relent in its efforts to improving the country's primary health care services. This was the minister's assurance in Bauchi while addressing Northern Traditional Leaders Committee on Primary Health Care Delivery under the Sultan of Sokoto, Muhammad Saad Abubakar III. Awal Abdullahi has details.
Traditional leaders from the 19 northern states are members of the Committee on Primary Healthcare Delivery. They are to ensure effective mechanism that will make the primary healthcare delivery a success.
There are 8,800 primary healthcare facilities that are now being reached on a regular basis with quarterly disbursement of resources through the Basic Healthcare Provision Fund. And we've doubled, and we're going to continue to increase the resources that will go to those primary healthcare, which are in the communities that you superintend.
We appreciate your contribution to the workings of this body. We can't do it alone. We have your support, and we appreciate your support. And for the state governors in the north in particular, we believe we'll continue to do the best we can.
The meeting has provided a platform for strategic review and analysis for an improved access to primary healthcare services.
I am pleased to inform you that our government is committed to revitalizing primary healthcare system in the state. To this end, government has been working diligently to strengthen our health infrastructure, including the renovation and equipping of our primary healthcare centers.
The Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Ali Pati, has inaugurated a newly constructed office complex for the Bauchi State Primary Healthcare Development Agency and rehabilitated urban maternity clinic in Bauchi Metropolis. In Bauchi, Awwal Abdullahi, NTA News.
Governor Sanwo-Olu signs electricity bill. This and another story we'll be having from our Lagos Network Center with Hingino as our guide. Hingino, you are on.
Thank you, Ogochukwu, and welcome to Lagos. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has signed the Lagos State Electricity Bill 2024 into law, setting the stage for a power supply system aimed at providing reliable electricity for residents. Thelma Eliogu reports.
The Lagos State Electricity Law 2024 is a comprehensive plan of Governor Sanwo-Olu to addressing the long-standing challenges in the energy sector. The law will lay a foundation for economic prosperity, fostering industrial growth, improved quality of life, energy equity, as well as environmental sustainability. Therefore, the governor charged all relevant stakeholders to work together for the full implementation of the law.
It's a bill that we believe is going to change the life, the economic value, the socio-economic benefit of our citizens in Lagos.
In 1923, 73 years after, Nigeria made a decision to allow the subnationals to take ownership and control of the electricity value chain in their various areas.
By the recent amendment, by the 5th alteration, number 17 Act of the National Assembly, which altered the concurrent legislative list, Part 2 of the second schedule of the Constitution, State House of Assembly is now empowered to make laws for the state with respect to generation, transmission, and distribution of electricity to area even covered by the national grid.
This improved and developed energy infrastructure, the governor hopes, will transform into economic benefits for citizens by providing better security network and making Lagos a true 21st century economy. In Lagos, Thelma Eliok, NTA News.
In improving logistical needs and mitigating challenges that may occur during military operations, Nigerian Army School of Logistics has concluded a training exercise for different armed forces formations on logistics management. Lanre Gbele was at the final exercise, showcasing what the personnel learned to top military brass.
Logistics has always been the lifeline of all military theater operations, especially in the days of asymmetric warfare. The need for the nation's armed forces to initiate trainings that are strategic and sustainable in various fields of operation have become imperative. This informed the Nigerian Army to always update its rank and file on the latest mode of logistics operation that ensures supplies continue seamlessly from the theater commands to soldiers at various fronts.
The model before us is the general area we shall be operating on.
This simulation is important to the trainings of these officers because it demonstrates to the top brass on the inspection tour how they've grasped their newly acquired knowledge.
What I've seen, the students have actually translated their classroom knowledge to the field. Areas of bringing together the tactical part of their training, looking at the requirements of logistics to deliver maximum output on our adversary.
It is a 10-day training exercise tagged Udiana Ubak. It's the first combined exercise for Army officers in logistics management. In Lagos, Larry Bilayi, NTA News.
And that's it from Lagos. Nationwide will continue in Port Harcourt after the break.
Good evening and welcome to Port Harcourt. Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara has inaugurated the 11.8 kilometers Okehi-Umuola-Iberi Link Road, says his commitment is to remain focused in his determination to deliver on his promise to transform the state. He was speaking at the inauguration of the reconstructed Link Road along Okehi-Umuola Road in Eche local government area. Osinachi Samuel reports.
The Okehi-Umuola-Iberi Link Road is a major access route to all the states in the eastern part of the country. The road, which was in a deplorable state, made traveling along that route a nightmare. But today the story is different. Governor Fubara, while appreciating members of the community for cooperating with the contractor in achieving the project in record time, promised to ensure that the access route to Omoma is properly fixed, with a pledge to commence rehabilitation of the general hospital in the area, among other things.
It was in our administration that we awarded Umuakale Mberi Road. The road is almost completed. And when we came, I said, how can we be going to commission a project and the access road is bad? We are determined to make sure that our people are happy. And we said, whatever it is that will cost us, we must make sure that we do this.
Eloka Tasie Amadi is the Commissioner for Works.
The start of this road is due northwest of our position right now. And the design specifications here, we have 150 millimeters of stone base, 50 millimeters of binder course, and 50 millimeters of wearing course.
Over 20 completed projects are set to be inaugurated across the 23 local government council of Rivers State. From Okehi Clan in Eche local government area of Rivers State, Osinachi Samuel, NTA News.
Training Command Headquarters Ibubu Eleme is making moves to grow human capacity and ensure the wellness of its host community through a medical and educational outreach. Kingsley Amajiri reports that the Rivers State government at the event commended Nigerian Navy for the significant contribution to peace, stability, and development of Rivers State.
The Nigerian Navy Training Command Headquarters relocated from Lagos to Rivers State in May 2024. This maiden medical and educational outreach is the command's first corporate social responsibility program to its host community, Ebubu, in Eleme local government area. It was an opportunity for the Nigerian Navy to strengthen its civil-military relations away from the core security mandate. It brought hope and relief for many women, men, and children who may not ordinarily be able to afford such healthcare services.
I know well, now I come. They right, they give me all. Now they happy. I tell them God will carry them up, then go all like me.
I so much appreciate what the Navy Training Command has done in my community today.
Flag Officer Commanding Naval Training Command says the free medical outreach and educational material distribution to the school aims to impact positively on its host community.
Since its relocation, the headquarters of the command has been anxious and eagerly awaiting this opportunity to perform our stated corporate social responsibility to our host community through such activities as the medical rhapsody, the educational rhapsody, and the likes. And the NAVTRAC chapter of the Naval Officers' Wives Association have offered free educational materials to our good neighbors in Ebubu Eleme.
Rivers State government is happy with impactful military and social services provided by the Nigerian Navy in the state.
The coming of the Naval Training Command to Ebubu Eleme is of great significance, with very far-reaching positive implications for peace, stability.
The medical rhapsody provided general services, laboratory tests, eye dental care, distribution of free mosquito-treated nets, and drug administration. In Port Harcourt, Kingsley Amajiri, NTA News.
And that's our contribution from Port Harcourt. Is back to Abuja for the continuation of Nationwide.
Thank you, Doris. And back here, President Bola Tinubu extends his heartfelt congratulations to Abdul Kabir Adisa Aliyu, the founder and CEO of Matrix Energy Group, as he marks his 50th birthday. The president notes that this significant milestone not only commemorates Abdul Kabir's personal journey, but also highlights his remarkable contributions to the energy sector and fostering economic growth and social development. President Tinubu, in a statement by his special advisor on media and strategy, Bayo Nanuga, commends Abdul Kabir's for his transformative role in Nigeria's energy landscape and his unwavering commitment to economic progress, and wishes the member of the Presidential Economic Coordination Council continued success, robust health, and personal fulfillment in the coming years. Disturbed about the huge cost of grid collapse to the nation, put at 42.5 billion naira on each instance, Senate has resolved to investigate inefficiencies in the power sector. This was sequel to the presentation of a report by the Senate Committee on Power on the recent investigation it conducted on frequent grid collapse. Legislators were appalled that the privatization of the power sector has become a tale of dashed expectations for Nigerians.
Why do we hand over transformers bought by states and local governments and individuals to discos, and then cables to discos, and they make money from those things without making, in fact, without maintenance, without injecting new funds, and distribution is deteriorating instead of improving? How can we develop the nation?
The committee was given an additional 6 weeks to holistically investigate the non-functionality of key stakeholders in the sector. Meanwhile, Senate has clarified that the tax reform bills have not been withdrawn, as erroneously reported by some sections of the media. 5 opposition House of Representatives members from the People's Democratic Party and Labour Party have defected to the All Progressives Congress. The lawmakers, 4 from Labour Party and 1 from the PDP, are Eriatake Ibori Suenu from Delta State, Donatus Matthew from Kaduna State, Tochukwu Okere from Imo State, Akiba Basi from Cross River State, and Esosa Iyawe from Edo State. In their letters of defection read at Thursday's plenary by Speaker Tajuddin Abbas, the lawmakers cited alleged crisis in their former political parties as reason for their decision to defect to the All Progressives Congress.
It is as a result of the party's inability to declare who should emerge as the legitimate caretaker committee from the national to state levels.
I know the Speaker is somebody that respects the laws, and I am sure in a moment he will declare some seat vacants, because the Constitution clearly stated that if you are sponsored by a political party to a House of Representatives or Senate, and you decide to move to another party, the House shall declare your seat vacant.
At the end of the day, as the party of the people, by 2027, we will open our arms again to give them their rightful ticket.
National Assembly correspondent Mitari Ikbe reports that the House passed a resolution calling for reduction of checkpoints along the Onitsha-Enugu Expressway.
Of 105 kilometers, there are approximately 28 security checkpoints. That is at an average of 3.7 kilometers each. For example, Okuzu Junction, Amobia Junction, Ugwoba Boundary, Oji River Junction, and Onyama Hill, just to mention but a few. These subject travelers to constant harassment, delays, and extortions of different sorts, in addition to other inconveniences.
We read in the papers, hear in the news of killings every day on daily basis. So if security men have now organized themselves to checkmate those challenges, I think what the motion should be talking about is to say appeal to them to be more organized and more civil.
Nigerian women under the auspices of Nkata Ndi Inyom Igbo are raising their consciousness of all stakeholders to the importance of tackling the challenges eroding the age-long values for which Nigerians are known for. The initiative, which explores the strategies of dialogue to build gender synergy for the advancement of a peaceful and united Nigeria, is championed by the former Minister of Women Affairs, Inyom Josephine Aneni. Ngozi Technical completes the report.
Nkata Ndi Inyom Igbo, known as Dialogue among Igbo women, initially designed to awaken the resolute stance of Igbo women to bridge leadership gaps that may inhibit their overall well-being and those of their children. Originally centered on Igbo women and issues around them, today Nkata Ndi Inyom Igbo widens its horizon to all gender from across the Federation.
Until we begin to have value to that and make that the core of our objective, we're not going to move forward as a country.
We are focused and deliberate to begin to speak as Nigerian women. We are looking for peace. We are looking for security. We are looking for development. We are looking for progress.
We must reorient our values, emphasizing integrity, emphasizing communal responsibility.
And it's our responsibilities as mothers, as we normally direct our kids. We say this nation needs the women to pull with our men.
With the theme, driving transformation through value reorientation, inclusive leadership and sustainability, participants made a case for gender equality in leadership positions for progress and development. Ngozi Technical, NTA News.
Technology has become an indispensable tool in shaping modern-day democracy through transparency and accountability for the delivery of good governance. Jigawa State Governor Umar Namadi stated this while declaring open a 4-day retreat for the Gombe State House of Assembly members in Dutse. Mohammed Musa Askira reports.
Technology adoption in modern democracy, the retreat organized for the members and management staff of the Gombe State House of Assembly holding in Dutse, Jigawa State, Governor Umar Namadi says becomes imperative given the role of lawmakers in the institution of good governance for building a better nation.
You, the members of Gombe State House of Assembly, have the scale duty to create laws that serve the people and improve their lives.
I'm sure it's a very good thing and will go a long way in enhancing our service delivery to our constituents.
We occupy a critical position in governance process, and the integration of technology into our legislative duties is no longer optional. It is necessity.
The lawmakers say the choice for Dutse in Jigawa as a venue for retreat is connected with the accelerated development the state is recording since the inception of Umar Namadi administration, noting that Gombe has a lot to learn from Jigawa, especially on the progressive transformation in agriculture, education, health, and unprecedented youth and women empowerment, among others. To take the lawmakers among other legislative staff of the Gombe State House of Assembly through the nitty-gritty of communications and technology in good legislation is the Vice Chancellor, Federal University Kashure, Gombe State, Professor Umar Pate. From Dutse, Muhammad Musa Askira, NTA News.
Now, the National Commission for Refugees, Migrants and Internally Displaced Persons has expressed Nigeria's readiness to host the Rabat process in 2025. The Euro-African Dialogue on Migration and Development, commonly referred to as a Rabat process, is an intergovernmental migration dialogue bringing together Central African, West African, North African and European countries and organizations for the advancement of migration governance. Ruth Agwele reports.
Nigeria, as a destination and transit country for migrants, the burden of internal migration and irregular migration continues to pose challenge for the nation. This delegation from the International Center for Migration Policy Development is here in Nigeria to assess how Nigeria is faring with migration management ahead of its chairing of the Rabat process in 2025, a high-level meeting for Euro-African dialogue on migration that brings together 57 countries to address challenges, promote inclusive approaches, and exchange best practices for migration management.
This burning issue of migration that we are all facing. And what we will do together is really to further promote regular migration, to prevent irregular migration, and also to further enhance, because it's key, the link between migration and development.
Yeah, is at every moment ready in the advancement of migration governance. As it is today, Nigeria is ready to look into issues as it relates to irregular migration. You know, this is one of the key issues that is burning, with a view to see that certain policies were being put in place so that we curb this issue of irregular migration.
As the Commission expressed Nigeria's readiness to host the next Rabat process, a feat that puts the nation on an advantage to upscale commitment on the national migration policy for sustainable development. In Abuja, Ruth Aguwele, NTA News.
And people with disabilities are smiling in Sokoto State. We have Asmao in our Sokoto Network Center to give us details of this and another story.
Good evening and welcome to Sokoto on Nationwide. Going forward, 10,000 people with disabilities will be benefiting from the 10,000 Naira monthly allowances support of Sokoto State Government from the current 6,679 in the government paycheck. Governor Ahmad Aliyu gave the glad tidings during celebration of the 2024 World Disability Day in Sokoto. Alhatu Abdullahi completes the report.
It was indeed a special day for people with disabilities in Sokoto State, as Governor Ahmad Aliyu presented them with 100 wheelchairs and a pledge of providing additional 500 to ease their hardship, in addition to the restoration of their monthly allowances to promote their livelihoods and give them a sense of belonging. A special provision has also been made to cater for their well-being in the 2025 budget.
We will soon introduce a special skill acquisition just for you, so as to train you on various trades as part of our attempt to reduce stress begging.
The World Disability Day featured speeches from stakeholders amplifying the significance of providing support and inclusion of people with disabilities in various fields of human endeavors. High points of the event was a para-soccer match in which the winners received 1 million naira while the runners-up take home 500,000 naira. In Sokoto, Dalhatu Abdullahi, NTA News.
Zamfara State Governor Dauda Lawal has expressed that his administration is dedicated to prioritizing initiatives aimed at improving speedy dispensation of justice and uphold the independence of judiciary. The governor stated this while declaring open a capacity-building workshop for magistrates and other judiciary staff at the Zamfara State High Court of Justice Complex, Gusau. Jamilu Ibrahim has more.
Judiciary is an important arm of government, which is commonly referred to as the last hope of the common man. But for this noble institution to function effectively, there is need for training and retraining of judges and other judicial officers for them to be adequately responsive to the people's high expectations in that regard. This is a conference organized by Zamfara State High Court of Justice for magistrates, registrars, court clerks, and other supporting staff to strengthen their capacity for improved service delivery in the state judicial system. Governor Dauda Lawal, who declared the conference open, acknowledged what he described as the commitment and exemplary leadership of the state chief judge and the entire judicial branch for their demonstrated commitment to discharge their responsibilities effectively. He says his administration will continue to prioritize initiatives that enhance speedy dispensation of justice and uphold the independence of the judiciary.
It is imperative to remain vigilant against the action of few whose conduct may compromise the integrity of this noble institution.
Zamfara State Chief Judge Justice Kulu Aliyu expressed confidence that the conference will strengthen the skills and enrich the participants' knowledge for them to be better prepared to serve and meet public expectations.
This workshop is therefore aimed at identifying those factors and strengthening the skills and ability of the magistrates and other supporting staff to ensure effective and fast pace of justice delivery.
The conference also provides a platform for the stakeholders to assess the operations, progress, and the prevailing challenges bedeviling the Zamfara State judiciary for appropriate actions. In Busau, Jamilu Ibrahim, NTA News.
Those are the stories from here. We will take a short break, and when we return, Nationwide continues in our Benin Network Center.
Welcome to Benin. The Benin monarch, Obayawari II, has urged the newly inaugurated Vice-Chancellor of the University of Benin, Professor Edoba Omoigi San, to promote industrial harmony in the university. The Benin monarch gave the advice where Professor Omoigi led the management team of the university alongside the governing council members of the institution to the Upper Palace in Benin. Ifoma Okafo has details.
Obayawari II urged the university team to work with the various staff unions in order to avert any disruption in academic activities and to improve the skills of the students through entrepreneurship. The royal father extended his best wishes to Professor Omorogie, stating that the institution is fortunate to have the legal luminary as the 11th substantive vice-chancellor of the 54-year-old university.
I thank the governing council for the job well done. Congratulations, Professor Doba, for your new appointment. I'm particularly pleased that I picked out some very salient points and critical areas for attention to students and staff.
The newly inaugurated Vice-Chancellor revered the thoughtfulness of Oba Kenzwa II for providing the land where the university was established. He thanked Oba Ewa II for his commitment towards the well-being of Edo people and the institution.
As we commence this 5 years journey, we would humbly request Your Majesty to bless us and pray that our tenure will be successful.
In Benin, Ifoma Okafo, NTA News.
Meanwhile, Edo State Governor Senator Monday Okpebholo says his administration will create a business-friendly environment to attract investors to the state. He disclosed this when he inspected facilities at a private steel manufacturing company located in Ogwa community in Edo State, where the governor promised a conducive and enabling environment for businesses to thrive. Goodluck Anaini reports.
The concerns of the state government under the leadership of Senator Monday Okpebholo is to make the citizens live life to the fullest. For him, one of the keys towards achieving this is through the free flow of commercial activities. The governor visited one of the private steel manufacturing industries in the state, where he thanked the company's management for contributing to the growth and development, as well as social responsibility to the people of the state.
I've gone around the factory, see what they are producing, from able iron to steel. They are helping in development, providing jobs for our people. So the next thing is for us to encourage them.
Earlier, the chairman of the company, Zianghai Ziang, congratulated him in his inauguration and assured him that the company will collaborate with his administration to ensure he succeeds. The chairman was represented by the managing director of the company, Frank Wang.
This visit marks the beginning of a new chapter under your leadership. We are inspired by your vision for Edo State and your dedication to build a business-friendly environment that will attract more investment and drive innovation in this state.
Meanwhile, Senator Monday Okpebholo also paid an unscheduled visit to the State Specialist Hospital to acquaint himself with the realities on ground. While there, he undertook a guided tour on some sections of the hospital. He was also at the construction site of the Museum of West Africa Arts to see things for himself. In Benin, Goodluck Enaini, NTA News.
And that's our stories from here. Nationwide continues in Abuja with Ogo. Ogo is back to you. Good evening.
Thank you, Angoli, for your contribution. And now the National Senior Secondary Education Commission has convened a training and capacity building workshop for its management staff. The initiative aims to strengthen procurement evaluation processes and deepen understanding of roles within the government integrated financial management information system. This workshop serves as a nexus of two essential aspects of public sector governance: efficient procurement practices and the strategic application of the system. The ultimate goal is to curb financial leakages, foster transparency, and ensure all financial transactions are traceable and aligned with national development priorities.
Dural formality, but a strategic activity that demands skill, diligence, and judgment. It is our shared responsibility to ensure that every decision made in the procurement process stands up to scrutiny, ethically, legally, and practically.
As we all know, in any procurement system, evaluation plays a decisive role in determining the best solutions for meeting the needs of the government and citizens alike. It is not merely a process, it is a strategic activity that requires fairness, accuracy, and accountability.
Facilitators underscored the significance of accountability and equitable processes in resource management. They emphasized that these practices are pivotal to enhance quality of secondary education delivery across Nigeria and ensure that resources reach their intended purposes effectively. The local organizing committee for the 5th Lake Chad Basin Governors Forum has held a joint meeting with the Lake Chad Basin Commission and the United Nations Development Programme to advance preparations for the upcoming forum scheduled to take place from 29th to 31st January 2025. During the two-day joint session meeting, the teams focused on aligning their efforts to ensure a seamless and impactful forum, emphasizing on synergy between the two teams in achieving the forum's objectives. The local organizing committee chairman expressed appreciation to the governors of Yobe and Borno states, May Mala Boni and Professor Babagana Umar Zulum, for their efforts and commitment to hosting a successful event. Now, Christmas has come early for more than 200 members of Begi Kuje community in Kuje Area Council through a medical rhapsody organized by the Naval Officers' Wives Association. The first correspondent, Najatu Tijani, reports.
The beat of these drums tells a story of excitement for Hawa, a mother of one, Mama Jummai, an elderly widow, Yusuf, a retired naval rating, and many other members of the community receive palliative and medical care, including blood pressure and eye tests, corrective lens, medicine, food items, all provided free.
No, as an association, this is part of what we do. Little we can do is to put a smile on the face of the people of the community, because we know how it is in the economy right now. We are able to do this because of the support of the NOAA president and the chief of naval staff, our father.
With a focus on education, healthcare and economic empowerment, NOAA says it will continue to make a positive impact on the lives of Nigerians like Hawa and Mama Jummai, whose joy knows no bounds. Najatu Tijani, NTA News.
And now sports update with Bright Ebochu.
Under the dazzling lights of the Moshood Abiola National Stadium in Abuja, the Shehu Diko novelty match brought a festive atmosphere on Wednesday, celebrating the appointment of Shehu Diko as chairman of the National Sports Commission. The match featured Team Diko, led by the man himself, taking on Team Nigeria in an exciting contest. Former Nigerian stars Brownie Dare and Gabal Lawal delivered the goals that sealed Team Diko's 3-1 triumph, with Diko at the helm, showcasing his leadership and flair on the field. The event became more than just a game. It was a powerful tribute to the spirit of Nigerian sports.
The plan to show that sports is a veritable tool of sports is large and is real. And those are the things that right now we are working on, building a corporate governance structure that will propel us towards achieving Mr. President's vision.
Growing up, we had opportunities to represent our states. I represented Sokoto in basketball, on the Kada 83, Kwara 85, and so many other competitions like that. It kept us busy, and it made us understand that you need to work hard, and that failure is part of life.
Elsewhere, the NTA All-Stars football tournament concluded on a high note, with Aristo FC securing the trophy after a 2-1 victory over Stallion FC. Daniel Kumasi reports that Evelyn Wonsu, the zonal director NTA Port Harcourt, officiated the kickoff and presented awards to the winning team.
I'm excited because I know that we're sitting on a gold mine. We're sitting with a group of persons who are disciplined, but who just didn't know that they were living together. I wanted to bring them together, and again, the way it has grown, it only means that it's possible for us to have unity.
And finally, following a notable draw against Tottenham Hotspur, Fulham will host Brighton in round 14 of the Premier League at Craven Cottage, looking to build on their recent improvement in form. Fulham has had a strong start to the season, gathering 19 points from their first 13 matches, and Brighton has exceeded expectations this season. Meanwhile, Tottenham Hotspur will travel to Vitality Stadium to face Bournemouth. With Sports Update, Bright Ebuchu, NTA News.
And that's Nationwide today. Thank you for watching. Stay safe and out of trouble.